Yo, what's up, guys? Back at you with another video on today. This is the Keeping It Raw podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Click that bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video installment. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about Jack Campbell, linebacker of the Detroit Lions. Should I say rookie linebacker of the Detroit Lions? It's been a long time since the Detroit Lions really had somebody that they can say is a good and solid linebacker. And over the last two preseason games, as I watched Jack Campbell perform live, and as I watched him, people talk about him on All 22, great video. Y'all got to check that out on All 22 Films. Check out Jack Campbell, and then also the video with the elite traits. Definitely, man, Jack Campbell was the right selection for the Detroit Lions. Just watching him and how he fills the gaps, how he comes in and helps and cleans up. That's what you're looking for out the linebacker position. Yes, you know those big guys are up there to stop the run, but also the linebacker is there to clean it up, and that's what Jack Campbell has been doing, showing elite traits, being able to just do some things that they haven't had at linebacker in a long time. Now, when it comes to the linebacker situation in Detroit, I know you have Alex Anzalone, who came back on a 3-year deal. I think that deal was like $18 million, and then you still have Derek Barnes, who you really thought that was going to eventually just be that starter. Now I don't know who they're going to allow to start against Kansas City, but to me it's a no-brainer. Jack Campbell needs to hit the ground running day one. Jack Campbell has shown me enough in film that he's ready to take over the linebacking spot. Now, I know that Derek Barnes has been with the team, and I know Malcolm Rodriguez was a solid pickup last season, and Malcolm Rodriguez is still a solid linebacker. I'm not going to diss him or anything like that because I don't think that that's needed. But what I know and what I've been watching is the Lions have always needed an elite linebacker. The Lions have not really had that guy since DeAndre Levy. And I think that Jack Campbell is definitely going to give them what they need, especially in coverage and as well as being able to plug the holes. That's what you need your linebacker to come in there and do. Plug the holes, plug the gaps, come in there and clean up the work and get the job done and stop the run. And I definitely think that Jack Campbell is more than capable of stopping the run, more than capable of dropping back in coverage and just getting the job done. I'm loving everything about this Jack Campbell pickup for the Detroit Lions because they need somebody that's going to be a stud at linebacker. If you want this defense to really go, you need that front seven to be powerful. And I think that Jack Campbell, ultimately at the end of the day, he gives them the size that they've been needing. Detroit has been undersized for a long time at the linebacker position. And now you got a guy in Campbell who stands at 6'4", 6'5", that can shed off those blocks of those linemen. Not saying that the smaller linebackers can't, be effective, but man, those big linebackers, man, they come in there and shed those blocks, and they're able to create havoc. And I think that that's what Campbell is going to do all season long. I think he's definitely going to be that guy that mans that middle, man. And I like the way how he was shifting the defense and everything like that. So that just tells me that this kid is smart. He knows what he's doing out on the field. And he's going to give the Detroit Lions ultimately what they've been looking for in a long time. A lot of people want to compare him to Chris Spielman and stuff like that. I'm not going to say Chris Spielman, but I just want him to be the best Jack Campbell that he can be. And I want him to be the Detroit Lions version of Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly was a baller, and Chris Spielman was a baller. I'm not going to even say that because Chris Spielman was a baller too for the Detroit Lions for a long time at the linebacker position. But if I had to pick a modern day linebacker that you want Jack Campbell to kind of go in there and clean up, it would be Luke Kuechly to me. If he can become Detroit Lions version of Luke Kuechly, skies is going to be the limit. Because ultimately at the end of the day, the Detroit Lions just got to get better in the front seven. Once that front seven is able to create havoc and get pressure and constantly get pressure, because let's face it, you want to be consistent with your pressure. all season long. You don't want Aiden Hutchinson being the only guy that can be effective on that defensive front. You want other guys to come in there and be able to get the job done, like guys like Josh Pascal, Aleem McNeil, Isaiah Buggs, Levi, even Levi. And I'm glad to see Levi out on the field. Never thought that I would see Levi get out there on the field, man. But I'm happy to see him out there. But I think this pickup with Jack Campbell, man, is really going to take Detroit Lions to the next level. Him and Brian Branch, what I've saw in the preseason, these guys should be starting, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is no knock to Tracy Walker. Brian Branch looks like he's going to make an immediate impact. Jack Campbell looks like they're going to make an immediate impact. And this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted, Detroit. You always wanted some players on the defensive side of the ball that can make an immediate impact. Brian Branch has been flying around, making tackles, and just playing phenomenal. So there's no way that the Detroit Lions are going to keep that kid off the field. He's going to be out there on the field. Whether he starts or not, whether Jack Campbell starts or not, these guys need to be out on the field. But to me, it's a no-brainer with Jack Campbell, and it's a no-brainer pretty much with Brian Branch. Both of those guys can start. They ready to make an impact with this defense, and they're ready to contribute to this team. And I think that at the end of the day, the Detroit Lions will do themselves a favor if they allow Jack Campbell to start and hit the ground running from day one. He's going to make rookie mistakes. He's not going to always do the right thing. Sometimes, it's going to happen. But I think he's polished enough to know that he's going to be the it factor in Detroit. I love what I see from Jack Campbell. He is the linebacker that I said that the Detroit Lions needed to draft, and I can't believe it. The Detroit Lions actually listened, and they drafted Jack Campbell. So Detroit, let Jack Campbell start day one. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And Brian Branch. Both of these guys are going to have an immediate impact. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe to the Raw Podcast. I'll be back to you soon with another video. Peace.